we had a kid accidentally tweet a dick pic. Junior year of high school, first class of the day. I believe it was world geography. Hanging out with my buddy John. John and I had been following this Twitter beef. I believe it was between a couple Cooper or Boone County kids. They had been beefing for a few days. We didn't personally know the kids we were following on Twitter. The fight went down, and supposedly the kid that lost the fight was tweeting out that he beat this kid's ass, la da 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 da. So the kid who supposedly won the fight decided he was going to tweet out a picture of his hand with all the kid's blood on it. So he took the picture of his hand. Closed fist. Obviously took it right before getting in the shower, or for whatever reason he's naked. So you see this poor bastard's little shrimp thing in the photo. So he took it aiming down and totally showed his penis. The poor kid, it was so small. You know, for the benefit of the doubt, you hope the kid's a grower, not a shower. But oh my gosh, me and John are sitting there dying because this kid's like, yo, that's not true. I beat this pussy's ass or whatever. You know, whether he won the fight or not, dude totally exposed his little shrimp piece on Twitter. And this was 2015, 2016. So screenshots were a thing. Kid couldn't delete it in time. And it goes viral all over all the Northern Kentucky high schools. And you're just like, this poor bastard had no idea he tweeted out his little shrimp dick. Yeah, you might have won the fight, but you lost the war, my friend. It was funny for me and John. We weren't the type of kids that would go run around telling everybody that. So we watched it just go viral throughout our school during the day, and all the seniors and Joe talking about this kid's accidental dick pic, and you're just like, oh man, you poor kid. It was hilarious. Obviously, it's hilarious when you're on the other side of it, but could you imagine, like, you beat a kid's ass, getting in the shower after winning the fight? Like, he had to feel like $1,000,000 that he won the fight, and I just trying to justify it for him. Like, okay, maybe it was the adrenaline of the moment. He's getting in the shower, sees that the kid who he just beat up is talking shit on social media, so he's gonna make sure everyone knows he won the fight. But maybe it would be different if dude had like a meat log down there or something, but it was so small. Like, you have to listen to small dick jokes the rest of your high school career after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that never goes away. And it went dummy viral. If I remember correctly, it went crazy viral on Twitter at the time. So you're just like, you poor bastard. Like, you have to live with that the rest of your life. When you're just a spectator in the whole thing, absolutely hysterical. But I cannot imagine how that kid felt in that moment, right? Like, he goes to school the next day, like, yeah, bro, I beat that pussy's ass. Little does he know, he exposed himself on Twitter for the whole world to see. Oh man, that would be brutal. And the poor kid tries to delete the tweet, but it's already been screenshotted and put all over. Dude just got put on absolute blast. And that's the thing, right? Like, okay, everybody has embarrassing moments in high school, but the fact that it was on social media, not only did it go all through his own school, it went through all of Northern Kentucky. So like, every local high school now knows you as the kid who accidentally tweeted out his own dick pics. Like, that is just brutal, dude. I cannot imagine what that would feel like. So, and I don't even have like a bigger meaning or lesson behind that story besides just be careful of taking your photos. Make sure you double check all your photos before you post them to social media, man. What a brutal experience that had to be for that kid. But classic story. That's just brutal. That's a brutal high school memory. I can't think of anything worse than that. That's worse than bullying. That's worse than anything else, dude. That's just brutal. And again, the fact that dude's walking around with a pinky between his legs, like, that's probably the worst part. Not only did you expose yourself, you exposed this little shrimp dick. Like, you poor soul. I don't remember what school he went to or what his sports backgrounds were, but just imagine, like, let's say he was a basketball player or something. Every time you play another school, you know that's the running joke. And you can't even deny it or say that it's a lie or anything. Like, it's on Twitter. You can't. That shit ain't going anywhere. The proof is in the pudding, man. Like, you are so screwed from that standpoint. But like I said, when it's not you, hilarious shit. And me and John were laughing so hard in class to the point where I think it was world geography. Our teacher was like, "Hey, what are you guys looking at back there?" We're like, "Oh, just like a sports meme or something." Like, and it was like I said, it was a hilarious perspective for us. It was our first class of the day to know that that was going on right from the beginning of the day, and then to watch it spread through your school like wildfire. Like by the time we got to lunch, our whole school was laughing and joking about it. So it was kind of funny, you kind of felt like Adam Schefter, we had the inside info, but we didn't tell anybody. So it was, that was actually one thing that was crazy about the era that we went to high school, was right when social media started to get big. So you got to kind of see the impact that social media was having, not only in your area, but just how quick something can blow up on social media, negative or positive. That was always kind of a interesting. It was an interesting perspective to be, and it was at a point where we were all aware of social media, but it didn't run the world like it does today. So it was an interesting era to grow up in. Like I said, we really were the first era where it was prevalent, but it wasn't everything like it is nowadays. So it's kind of a cool perspective, I guess, if you think about it. Just kind of watching social media come to life. So yeah, that's today's story. Like I said, make sure you double check all your photos if you're taking photos like that. I hope everybody's well, and we'll be back again soon. Talks with Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street getting paid, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see? Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more.
Junior year of high school. And I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if he was getting in the shower or not.